Hi, guys, and welcome to the Christian channel. I'm here today with Nicole Bernardi Reis and Jessica Sarowitz, and we're talking about their new film, With This Light, which tells the story of Sister Maria Rosa Leggol and some of the incredible work that she's been doing. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you, Claire.
Of course. So, Jessica, you were the producer for this film, and Nicole, you were the co-director, correct?
I
Go ahead, Jess.
the executive producer, and Nicole is the co-director. She's the producer and co-director. So that's how.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Talk about girl power. You girls are just absolutely incredible. What can't they do? How did you guys get involved in this project?
Well, I actually knew Sister, and I had a personal relationship with her. I actually met her for the first time when I was 8 years old, because my parents, being immigrants to the U.S. from Honduras, have always, held a special place in their hearts for the people back home. And they would do mission trips down there and be of service. And one of those trips, they took me along, and I got to meet Sister. She was bossing everybody around, just a big fiery ball of energy all over the place. And I said, wow, this is someone really special. And she saw me, she gave me a big hug, and I felt so warm and loved in that moment. Several years later, as an adult, I went over there and I got so excited. I said, sister, I'm here, put me to work. And she had a bunch of projects for me. So she certainly put me to work. But what I noticed in serving was that everyone had a great story, a great sister story. They loved her so much. And she was complex and she was rascally. And sometimes she did a bit of naughtiness, but not, in a way that was always to really help others. And so, it was for the benefit of community. She was fearless. She wouldn't stop if it involved helping, a child, a marginalized community. And I totally respected that. And I was just in awe of how things just worked out for her.
I similarly spent some time serving with the Missionaries of Charity in Calcutta, and I'm going back again this Christmas. How would you feel about any parallels between her and Mother Teresa?
Well, she was considered the Mother Teresa of Honduras because she really raised over 87,000 orphaned, abandoned, abused children, street children. And really, she had such a tremendous heart. She referred to herself as the crazy heart. And she was always there to serve. She was a Franciscan nun. And so that was her calling. That was her mission. And she said, I can't turn anybody away because I'm here to serve everyone.
Absolutely beautiful. There was a phrase from the film that I had to write down. You can't ask permission in order to do God's will. And Jessica, that sounds like it reflects a lot of what you're saying with that kind of saintly naughtiness, right? Where there's really nothing she won't do to help someone and to do God's will and help the most vulnerable. Did you ladies wait for permission to create this film, or did you just respond to God's will and say that he's going to make it happen?
We responded to Sister's will. Sister, I'm going to let Jess tell the story of how she actually did it, but Sister was very, very humble. She used to say, Maria Rosa is nothing, but Maria Rosa plus God could do anything. So with someone like that, you really have to, get them on board. And we wanted her to tell her own story as well. So, but Jess just had some convincing to do.
Yeah. So Claire, I had to ask Sister 3 times to pay, and she turned me down every time. And then finally, I'm beside myself. I'm distraught. I'm like, we have to get her on to participate. She's 90 years old, and we need to capture her own words. Finally, I said to her, Sister, you're always been there to advocate for young people, and especially now when right at the start of the COVID times. Just slightly before, I said, now a lot of young people are not responding to God's message. And you have done tremendous work with all of these young people. This film is just an extension of your mission work. And a lot of people, a lot of young people especially, are going to see this film. And you'll be able to talk to them, and they're going to listen. So please think about it. So she said, I'm going to pray to God and I'll let you know. And I was like, maybe wait for a day. And then she said, God said I could do this, so I will participate.
That is absolutely beautiful. And speaking of some of those young people who she helps, the film follows two young ladies, Maria and Rosa. How did you choose those two young ladies to feature in the film?
So we always knew that we wanted to tell Sister's story through what she's doing now, as well as the past, because she has this amazing past, but her work's not done. And so we were looking for a number, we went to a number of her projects, and Reza Rene really spoke to us because that's a project that really goes outside of the orphanages and really starts to minister to some of the most vulnerable young women in the country, into Tegucigalpa in particular. And we found Rosa, who was, she was about to start her life outside of Sister's program. She was 18. She wanted to go to school. She wanted to really create a life of her own. And she was so spunky, and, she had spent most of her life in Sister's program. So that was a really nice way for us to be able to talk about them. But then we also met Maria, who is very, very similar to Rosa in background. And their mothers did the same thing. They were both washerwomen. They had both dealt with violence and mental illness in their own ways. And so Maria, though, still had that spark. And so we really thought that the two of them together were their own stories were so compelling, but they also together really showed what Sister Maria Rosa could do and how she could change someone's life with just a little bit of help.
So were the name parallels just a total coincidence?
It was a total coincidence.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Isn't that what is that phrase? I saw a movie recently. They called it a God wink.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. So what were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say there are a lot of those on this film. We actually used to joke that the Holy Spirit should be an associate producer, because there were definitely a lot of those types of things.
Oh, that is awesome. My question that I always ask, so we can kind of empower our audience, is who do you think should see this film?
I'm going to say everyone should see this film.
Yes.
Everyone should see this film. And honestly, we've been taking this film in some of the film festivals, in different venues. We've gone into African American neighborhoods, Jewish venues. Let's see what else. We're going to be showing it with more of our Asian American community. So everyone should see this. It doesn't, it's the message, of course, is universal. And, it's something that is, when you see Sister talking, you really relate. She talks about family, but she talks about family that, these are orphan, abandoned, abused children. So she's trying to construct this sense of family for them in a different way for them. And in that process, heal and transform their understanding of themselves and what their vision is for what they want to achieve later. But so everyone can relate to this, because everyone has, that inner child, the inner seeking of how to kind of, channel a greater sort of connection to the spirit. And so she talks about all of this, and it is so uplifting.
That's
I think
beautiful.
I think it's inspiring too, because she was a orphan with a 4th grade education, and she was able to achieve all these things. And I think for a lot of us, we, in this world that we have now, it seems overwhelming, but she's a really great example of how just a small kindness can help. And I think that all of us have this inside of us, want to do good, want to help people, but maybe don't know where to start. And I think, she just inspires us to just start. That's what she did. She saw something and somebody needed help. She just started. And then it mostly often worked out. So she'd get in trouble sometimes.
Yeah, as we all do when we try to help, right? Where can people watch your film?
I will answer that. So we are August 11th, we're going to be in select theaters across the country. August 15th, we will be on digital platforms. So they can go, people can go into their favorite platform and see if we're there. We're adding new ones every day. And we also are doing community screenings, so they can contact us if they want to bring it to their community. And all of this information is on withthislight.com, our website.
Fantastic. Well, ladies. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Claire, there's also one other thing. We have a cool music video.
What?
Uh,
Tell me more.
I mean, my pitch is, well, you know, how do we also amplify and make it uncool with the youngins? I say, yeah,
Yeah,
video. That's how you do it.
that's
And
so cool.
have a music video with Latin Grammy Award winning artist Carla Morrison. It is in Spanish. It already dropped in Spanish, has millions and millions of views. Todo fue por amor. And then now on August 4th, she will release the English version of the song and the English version of the music video. So that will also come. And we're all excited about that because we know the youngins will love that.
That is a very cool idea, very creative, and it sounds like it's working. So that's really awesome. Good for you. You two are very powerful together. You two and God, right? That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for making the time to have this conversation. I really encourage everyone to go see With This Light in theaters soon.